You.
Yeah, anytime you're ready.
I had just spent the most amazing day at the largest open air market in Central America, the Chi Market. I'm giddy with excitement at all the souvenirs that I practically stole. Two of my favorites, a big, beautiful blanket that I got from my mom, and this bold blue jacket, my magic jacket. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, and most wonderful and welcome guests. The date, September 29th, 2013. On that fate-filled day, I knew we were getting close to our destination as we started down that steep and winding road towards Lake Atitlan in the Guatemalan highlands. As we came around a switchback turn, the driver slammed on the brakes. There were men wearing masks. There were boulders blocking the road, and they were holding guns. They didn't hesitate to shoot. Instantly, shots rang out, and I dove to the floor of the bus. The next thing I know, I look up and I see my dear friend Rafi headed to the exit. I tucked myself underneath the seat, and a million thoughts started running through my mind. What did they want? Where did Rafi go? And just then, more shots rang out. Oh my gosh. Did they shoot Rafi? I don't want to be shot in the back. And then I realized I have everything on me. My passport, my credit cards, and all of my cash. So I had to think quick. I grabbed out a $100 bill and the rest of my Guatemalan quetzals, and I turned to face my would-be attacker. As I go to hand him the money, I can't help but notice that he has very youthful-looking hands. And then he yanks a bag away from the girl who was crouched on the floor behind me. And as he turns to rush off the bus, he grabs one last thing. That big, beautiful blanket that I got for my mom. Well, the next thing I know, Rafi is back on the bus. He's removed the boulders from the road, and we're headed back down that steep and winding road. Everybody's pretty worked up, and they're calling out, "Are you all right? Are you okay?" Miraculously, no one was hit. However, the driver had been hit over the head with the butt of a gun, and he was starting to go into shock. Luckily, Rafi noticed. He took over driving duties and got us all to safety. That day, I learned 3 very valuable life lessons. The first one, serenity. Serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Now, my first thoughts that night was, I am getting the heck out of Guatemala and fast. However, upon further reflection, I realized this could have happened to me anywhere in the world. And I wasn't going to let it keep me from seeing the rest of the world. And what I wouldn't change for the whole wide world is the bond that I formed with 3 other individuals that were also on the bus that day and staying at that same tiny little village on the banks of that sacred Mayan lake. The second life lesson I learned that day, courage. Courage to change the things I can. The wise Mark Twain said, "Courage is not the absence of fear. It's acting in spite of it." Rafi's courage that day was exemplary. His instincts and training kicked in instantaneously. and saved many lives. I will be eternally grateful to Rafi for his courage. The third and very valuable life lesson I learned, wisdom. Wisdom to know the difference. After several days went by, I was able to develop compassion for those men that I believe were just boys. And I have no idea what made them feel compelled to commit that crime that day. Now you may be wondering why I call this my magic jacket. Well, not only every time that I wear it am I reminded to live my life bold and do the things I fear, but I'm reminded of those three very valuable life lessons, which you may have noticed a theme, which comes from my favorite prayer, the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you.